I often get asked, Sam, how as a leader, a supervisor, a manager, how can I have more influence within my team? And there's just one thing that I want to mention in this video that I really believe can have a significant impact into your influence as a leader or manager, supervisor within a team situation. And I think that is actually genuinely caring for the people on your team. And that might sound a bit fluffy, it might sound a bit basic, but actually I am surprised at how often this is overlooked because we've got to get the task done, or we've got this particular agenda or priorities that we've got to fulfill. I actually think that to have influence, and what I've found is that if you genuinely care for those on your team, it makes a massive difference. I often remember somebody saying to me years ago, Sam, people won't care what you know until they know how much you care. And actually genuinely caring for somebody, taking the time or taking a couple of moments to actually find out how somebody is. And I mean genuinely find out how somebody is, not just ask them, you all right? You all right, yeah? Just to try and get them to agree that they are okay so you can move on with your agenda. If you just take a few moments, and sometimes it's literally only a few seconds, to say, hey, how's everything going? Or is everything okay? Or remembering a situation that maybe they've mentioned from a few days ago, or some event that's been taking place in their life. If you can reference that when you're talking to them, actually that helps you to have an increased amount of influence with that person. And one of the significant ways that I've found over the years is actually to genuinely encourage people. And I've found through working in different settings that not often is encouragement really used. But if you actually go to somebody and say, hey, thank you for doing that job. That was really good. I really appreciate you staying behind to finish that. Or you did a great job there. You actually put that report in. I really appreciate that. That really is going to make a difference. If you can be genuine about the encouragement and the praise that you're giving, and it might be uncomfortable to some of you, I realize that, but give it a go. I've used to work for a boss who very rarely, I can't ever imagine him ever saying thank you to me. And one day I asked him, I said, why don't you ever thank me for what I do? Because I'm putting in some overtime hours here. And he said, Sam, that's your job. I just expect you to just do it. You're doing all right. And I always remember that. And I found out that actually it was probably because he'd worked in previous jobs when nobody had thanked him. In fact, maybe he'd even been brought up and nobody had ever thanked him, maybe as a child, I don't know. But I think it's quite deeply ingrained. So I just want to encourage you, take time to actually genuinely care about people on your team before you sometimes ask them to do something. And also notice the signs when somebody might be dealing with something as well. If there's something on their mind, just take a few seconds to find out if they're okay. Genuinely find out if they're okay. And also encourage those on your team, because when you do that, actually you'll begin to notice a difference in their behavior and their attitude. And they might be a bit perplexed to begin with, but I can absolutely guarantee that these small things that we can do as leaders actually can have a big difference. And it means the world to a lot of people. So people don't care what you know until they know how much you care. And take time to encourage somebody today. All right, thank you. Be blessed. Have a great day.